So today we will discuss about editions of SQL Server. Yeah. One edition we have, it is called Enterprise Edition. And this Enterprise Edition will be suitable for large scale applications. Enterprise Edition. And this is the one which is licensed one. And it is the one which has all features of SQL Server available. And it will be suitable for both types of environment. Clustering environment also it is suitable, and non-clustering environment also it is suitable. Both environments it is suitable, clustering and non-clustering. And yeah, database size will be in terms of petabytes. Database size, they gave the capacity of database will be up to petabytes. And you can install 50 instances of Enterprise Edition in non-cluster environment. These are some of the important points connecting with the so that yeah. And second point is about something called evaluation edition. Evaluation edition. And now the thing that especially connecting with evaluation edition, what you have to remember is it is a free edition. It is a free edition. It also supports all features of SQL Server. Means it is exactly like Enterprise Edition. But the only issues that you find with Evaluation Edition is, one issue is it will expire after 180 days. It will expire after 180 days. And second, once it is expired, even it doesn't support you for upgradation. It doesn't support you for what? Upgradation. Yeah, that facility also you won't have. The only thing that you're supposed to do at that time is you have to remove the software. You can't even upgrade. You even try to enter into that software towards that evaluation edition. The moment you enter, it will give you an error saying that you don't have an access to the software. You don't have access to the software. And then we have one more edition that is called Standard Edition. Yeah. What do you call? Standard Edition. And this Standard Edition will be suitable for medium scale applications. And Enterprise Edition suitable for large scale applications. Standard Edition is suitable for medium scale applications. And obviously, the Enterprise and Standard Edition, we say, features wise, few features, not all, you can say. We don't have support of all features. We are restricted with few features. And because of that, we could find that Standard Edition is more suitable to non-cluster environment than cluster environment. Enterprise is suitable for both cluster and non-cluster, both suitable. But Standard Edition is suitable only for non-cluster environment. Database size they made same, and even it supports to have only 2 servers at that in your clustering environment. Only 2 servers it will support. That would be same. 50 instances can be there in a non-cluster environment. And fourth we have that is called Work Group Edition. Yes, Work Group Edition. And this Work Group Edition will be suitable for small scale applications. And then you have developer edition. Developer edition that you find is supports all features of enterprise edition, but developer edition will be suitable for testing environment. If you want to have any demonstration of SQL Server functionality, then in those cases, you can say that developer edition is suitable. And we don't have those limits and all. No, neither people use this in cluster environment, nor people use this in non-cluster environment. Cluster environment, however, it is not possible. Non-cluster environment also, if it is possible, it is only for practice purpose. We don't find much big usage of developer edition. Okay, and then you have one more which is found to be quite completely free, that is called Express Edition. And what about Express Edition? It is completely free, no license, nothing. And you can develop small web and server-based applications. Server and web-based, both types of applications. And we have seventh one that is called as Web Edition. Yeah, in Web Edition, you can find it is such a edition that is suitable for developing websites, web applications. In that environment of web application process, you can use this edition. Obviously, it provides security, even it is, less cost, and it provides a scalable environment, scalable platform. At any extent that could be extended in terms of development of public websites and web applications. That is called Web Edition. So total 7 editions will be available. So we will be installing Enterprise Edition only. Yeah. And one more part we have that is to be discussed as an administrator. That is SQL Server Directory Structure. So that already I said, for each instance, a separate directory structure will be created for SQL Server for each instance. Each instance of SQL Server, a separate directory structure will be created. Okay. And let's just see what's the story of default instance and what's the story of named instance. I mean, how they look like. Named instance, default instance, and named instance. Okay. For default instance, it is in this way, right? This PC, C drive, program files, SQL Server, default instance, MS SQL. Okay. Copy this and dump here. This is default instance. Same thing you copy here, just change MS SQL Server, you change it to server 1. Server 1. And now remember, in any of these two instances, you are provided by all these folders. One is called backup. Backup. Backup is a folder which will contain or which becomes a default location for backup files. Backup files of a database. Backup folder contains backup files of a database. Okay, backup folder. And we have one more folder that is called /bin. Bin. That bin folder contains all your, this one, what do you call, bin folder contains all your binaries, you call binaries. Binaries. What are those binaries? That may be your exe files, that may be your DLL files. You call them SQL Server binaries. SQL Server binaries. Okay, bin folder. And we have another folder called data. Okay, now data is another folder which will contain data database related files. Bin contains what? Binaries. Backup folder contains what? Backup files of database related to a specific instance. And bin folder contains binaries. Data folder contains database related files. Which files? You'll have three categories in it: .mdf, .ndf, .ldf. M for master, N for next, L for log. MDF, NDF, and LDF. Three. Okay, data folder. And we have one more folder that is called /ftdata. This one will be created only if you install full text service. Full text, because it is going to contain few script files that are used for full text search service. Full text search service. FT data / install. One more folder we have. Install folder. What it contains? Install folder contains .sql file. Install folder contains what? .sql files / job. It is a default location for SQL Server related jobs. It is a default folder related with what? SQL Server jobs. That is job folder. And you have another folder called log. This is a folder which will contain all your error log files. And those error log files will help you in troubleshooting errors. In troubleshooting what? Errors. Okay, /log. And what else? What other folders here? /repl data. This is one more folder. This will be created when you are going to work with replication. Means if you have installed replication, at that time this folder will be created. Okay, and it will contain something called articles that are used in replication, the REPL data folder. And finally, you'll have one more folder that is called upgrade, and it contains upgradation scripts. Okay, upgrade folder contains upgradation related scripts in it. These are the folders that will be available after installing, whether it is default instance or it is named instance. Okay, and one more thing also I'll say you, what you find is, this, I'll show you services.msc. Yeah, open this application and then you see. Go to SQL Server Services. Yeah. Yeah. Here, SQL Server related you see, SQL Server. Wherever you find SQL Server service attached with instance name, attached with the instance. Can you see here? instance name, instance name, instance name, instance, 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 instance. Here also instance. Wherever instance is there, they are called instance aware services. Instance aware. Instance aware. And those which are not connected with instance name, those are called instance unaware services. Instance aware services and instance unaware services, two types. And these all are instance unaware services. These all. And this one also. This one also. They are called what? Instance unaware services. Unaware services. Okay. So how many types of services it is? Instance aware and instance unaware. Two types of services will be available. And in that, which services are instance unaware? Integration services, SSIS, SSIS, SQL Server Integration Services. That is, we don't have brackets, mein instance name beside it. There is no name. So there is instance unaware. Browser, replay client, replay controller, VSS writer. These all services, whichever are there, provided by SQL Server, they all are global. They are installed only once. Multiple times option you don't have in it. Multiple option you don't have. No. Okay. Yes. That is your instance aware, instance unaware services. And when it comes to system requirements of connecting with SQL Server, this is what you require now. What compulsory? If it is in your personal computer, no restrictions we have. If it is your personal system, any Windows operating system, you can install SQL Server. Till 2016, it is available for Windows. From 2017, SQL Server is available for Linux operating system. If you have 2017, then however Windows will work, but Linux is additionally added. I mean to say, Linux operating system also you can install SQL Server. And when it comes to a real-time environment where you are going to have your SQL Server installed on a server machine, then compulsory you require to have Windows 2000 server or Windows 2003 server, or you should have Windows 2008 server. Operating system Windows, because Windows Server OS is a multi-user operating system. Windows 11, Windows 10, they all come under single-user operating system. And whereas in terms of client machine, that could be on any platform, client machine. One client can be on Windows XP, one client can be on Windows 7, client can be on Vista, client can be on Unix, client can be on Windows 8, client can be on Linux. Client, I'm saying client can be on any operating system. And RAM always recommended, RAM always recommended, 6 GB minimum you need, 6 GB. CPU 2 gigahertz is recommended, 2 gigahertz. Hard disk we require around 8 GB. Sometimes if you install only database server, only database server, 1 GB is enough. Only database I'm saying. And if you are going with complete software, then we require to have around 8 GB hard disk. Yeah. And along with all these, one most prerequisite for installation of SQL Server is compulsory. You should have .NET Framework 3.5 version with the Service Pack 1. Compulsory you should have. Compulsory. .NET Framework 3.5 with the Service Pack 1. Compulsory you require this. Okay. And then something interesting is here. Something interesting is in terms when you talk about real-time environment, the rule is in Windows. I'm talking about in even in a personal computer also. If you don't want to have things available at a common location, so we have a provision. Provision. What is the provision? You can create one separate user in operating system, and in that particular user you can make SQL server available. Yeah, as of now, as of now, for my machine, all softwares are in one account for me. All softwares. But for SQL server, you have that provision. I mean, if you are interested, you can do that, I'm saying. Yeah. That separate login, separate user, that user will be dedicated user for SQL Server. That user which is being created exclusively only for SQL Server is what you call as service account. Service account. That could be anything. Local system it may be, or it may be local system if you're talking about Windows operating system, normal. If you're talking about Windows Server, then it is called domain account. Domain account. That will if you are working in a domain environment, domain account, that is in terms of network environment, domain account, then we have some benefits of it. We got multi-server jobs that can be created, backup that you can do with the support of network share. You can have, high availability features that could be placed on multiple machines. High availability features, replication, mirroring, lock shipping. These all you can put on your multiple systems. These are benefits, but I say it is left to you. It is whether you want to go with installation on a person on a common account, or you want to install SQL Server in a dedicated account that you have to take care of. Like, it depends on you. But you can do one thing, because whenever you create multiple logins in your Windows, the moment you start your Windows operating system, obviously list of users will be available on your desktop. To whichever user you made SQL Server available, connect only to that user. Forget about other users. Hmm. Yeah. Yes. And yeah, probably uh, today or tomorrow I may get your email IDs.